You're listening to the God Life Culture podcast, where faith
and what's trending
collide.
Welcome to the latest episode of the God Life Culture podcast. This is Eddie.
What's up, everyone? This is Miguel, and we are so excited, happy, grateful, thankful that you are tuned in for another episode of the God Life Culture podcast. If this is your first time listening or watching, we want you to hit that subscribe button so you can be notified every time we drop a new episode. And we just want to say welcome to the God Life Culture podcast. We hope that you tune in week after week, right? And take some time to catch up on our previous episodes.
Yes.
And just, join us on this podcast journey. And for all of you who have been joining us week after week this year, we just want to say thank you so much and welcome back to our podcast. Like I said last week, it is officially the Christmas season. Mm-hmm. And there is a lot of preparation that goes into getting ready for Christmas, right? Yes. And, right now, certain roads begin to get real packed, right?
Yeah,
the traffic picks up a little bit. There are a lot of I don't know if this happens to you. You get emails or text messages from stores that maybe you bought from, and you get them announcing there's a sale or use this coupon code or something. So there's a lot of talk. There's a lot of build up. There's a lot of excitement and joy around Christmas. But there's also busyness and other things and a lot to do right around this time.
Yeah, and it was funny because you mentioned traffic, and I'm like, people that don't live next to shopping centers or malls or stores don't understand how horrible it gets. I don't live next to one, thank God. But it's there's some people that live I'm even sometimes coming to church because it's in direction to one of the big shopping malls around here. It's kind of the traffic gets so horrible because everyone is shopping after work and doing all of that. So definitely with the holiday season that there's so many great things that we speak about. There are some things that is kind of annoying in a way. So the shopping stuff, the traffic, it's so much more darker now than it was a couple of months ago, so that also takes an effect on stuff as well. For people that aren't planners, the whole idea of Christmas shopping is very stressful. I'm very thankful for the idea of wish lists. Those things have come in in handy for so many people in our circle because of the fact that sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you want to be creative and get someone a creative gift and do something like that, meaningful. And then there's other times where you have individuals that they're set. They have pretty much everything that they need. So sometimes it's a little bit more difficult to get them something, so that wish list comes in handy because there's certain things that they know they want or they know that they need that maybe they're not willing to ask for, but they'll throw it on a wish list and somebody will buy it for them. Yeah. So that's been, at least for me, this Christmas shopping season has been amazing because of that.
Are you good at making a Christmas list for yourself?
No.
Right?
No.
It is so difficult for me to come up with what I want for Christmas, and I kind of have to, in order to do this, my parents are still waiting for a list and they've been texting me every day, telling me every time, we need a list. I felt bad. Black Friday came and went, Cyber Monday came and went and still no list. Right. But it's just so hard. I think, so I'm the type of person that a few weeks before or even a month or two before, I'm just putting, if I like something, I'll just put it the link and put it in the notes section of my phone. If I like something else, I'll put it on my Amazon list, just randomly. But I'm not this is what I want for Christmas. Yeah. And I'm also it's not about the gifts, of course, right? We just want to throw that out there. It's about the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Thank you, Lord.
But right, I'm also I want to ask for the right thing.
I guess.
I'm the type of person that if I'm gonna ask ask for a gift, it's something that I wouldn't just buy on a random Friday. You know what I mean? I kind of want it to be something different or something cool or something
gift worthy.
Yeah, gift worthy. But then I am also the person that does not like to know what I'm getting. So if I put a wish list of just 5 things, I'm but don't just I don't want just from this. Come up with something else. You know what I mean?
Sometimes
because I don't want to know.
As inspiration.
Yeah. So I'll put yes and no. Because then I am also if I put that in blue,
you want it in blue. Okay.
I don't want it in red because they didn't have blue. Or like I thought red. No, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're complicated.
But yes. Moral of the story.
I think like for me, like I've been working on my wife can attest to this. I've been working on my wish list for the last 5 years, and there's like 3 things on it.
Wow.
It's just because I don't, like my wife is, and there are people that are like her that, they see something like a new pair of shoes or a dress or this or that, and they're like, oh my God, that's so cute, I want that. I'm not like that. I am not the type of person I'm more of a person that likes experiences than actual like things. Like I don't go to I'm not watching a Old Navy commercial and see a pair of socks and it's like I need those socks, or that's not the type of person that I am. Okay. So when it comes to putting wish lists together, it's difficult because it's like, what do I want? I want to cruise. What do I want? I want a trip like we've spoken about to Fiji. Let's do stuff like that. But those are in the my friend circle is not balling like that yet. Yeah, pathetically. Yet. So it's kind of like those. Like to me, it's kind of like, I'm fine. But then I find myself in that predicament, which is I say, just get me whatever. But I don't mean just get me whatever. So then when I've
learned not to say that.
When I do receive a whatever, there is a level of disappointment that
it comes with the cost.
And it's kind of that's the cost that you get for being for being in that weird position where I don't like asking for stuff. Mm-hmm. I just wish people knew what to get.
Yeah.
It's like, and it's difficult,
It's difficult. It's difficult when you're just a type of person, like there are some people that they're happy with whatever.
Yes.
And in essence, I'm not so much I may be like not thrilled about the gift, but I am also the type of person to be like, wow, like they thought of
you. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is like almost like outside of my immediate family. I think my immediate family, they know me already and they know like things I like or what to get me and all of that. But then there are those individuals that will come like kind of outside of that immediate family that they know you and whatever, and they give you a gift and it's almost like you may not be thrilled about it, but it's also like they say the thought that counts and the thought that matters. And that's truly, a fact. The idea that I think a lot of times, it's easy to focus on the actual gift and not the fact that they actually thought of
you.
They went online, they ordered this because they know that this, this reminded me of them or that I like that particular thing or whatever. So it really is the thought that counts, and
absolutely.
I think that it's so easy, especially around this time, to fall into all of these little traps, right? And allow these things to stress us out, allow these things to get us frustrated, whether it is the traffic and you have to get somewhere and it's traffic because it's 7:00 and you have to pass by the mall and, at least here in New York around that time, if you're trying to get, to church or whatever, or around the mall area around that time, you are in bumper to bumper traffic, and then there are people that are just, if you do have to go to the store to buy something for a loved one or whatever, there are people that are stressed and frustrated and grumpy and bumping into you, and if you bump into them, they lash out. You know what I mean? Like there are people out there that really take this so seriously and really take it to heart. And I think it's just an important reminder to just realize and remember that yes, there's a lot that happens in the Christmas season. Yes, there's a lot that we have to do and there's a lot to get done, but it's not worth all that stress.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you having to make it to that store before it closes, having to get this and having to get that, and there's this person cut me off, and that, right? Is all of that really worth it at the end?
It's not. And I think that also, unfortunately, it is. There are exceptions to what I'm about to say, but I think that a lot of times also just a self-reflection of a person's poor planning, because if you find yourself at the last minute trying to scramble to a store, to a this or to a that, obviously you're going into it with a frustration because you're technically mad at yourself. First of all, like, I shouldn't have left this for the last minute. And then now you're like rushing and bumping and doing all this other stuff. Yeah. And then there's other times where just, something happened last minute. And then now all of a sudden it messed up your plans, or, now someone wasn't coming to the Christmas party tomorrow, but you just found out now that they are, and you got everybody gifts except for them. So then, there are exceptions, you know what I mean? But I think that at the end of the day, it really isn't, this time of year is not about what we focus on a lot, which are the gifts. It really is about the idea of giving, you know, and when you give to others, it's not always materialistic. A lot of times it's also emotional support, your presence, you know, checking in on people, spending time with people is so very important as well. And sometimes, you know, sometimes we feel like, oh, I can't really afford to get this person a gift or whatever. All right, you can't give them a gift. Go hang out with them. Go do something. Go for a walk. Go, you know, window shopping with them. I don't know. There's a lot of different things that I think that are so much more important than getting the latest sneakers.
Yeah, just telling people how you feel about them and how you appreciate them and what they've done for you or how grateful you are. You know, like, and I think anytime you really should try it. Those listening, watching, whatever, you know, go up to someone in your life and, you know, even if you do have a gift for them for Christmas, go up to them and just, you know, at a moment, let them know how you're grateful for them, how they've impacted your life, blessed your life, how you appreciate them. And I guarantee you that moment, you're going to notice, like, first, the reaction from them may be a little like, what are you talking about? What's happening? You know? But the minute you start talking and look them in the eyes and start saying these things, you're going to notice a shift.
Yeah.
And you will see that maybe that individual really did need to hear that, you know, in that moment. And the feeling that you get when people, you know, tell you those things or express themselves to you in that way and look you in the eyes and tell you how you've impacted them, how you've blessed them, how they appreciate you is way better than getting a shirt or a pair of sneakers, like you said. So I think it's a great reminder, you know, as we gear up for Christmas in the next few weeks, right? The idea that, yes, we should be grateful. Yes, we should be, you know, acknowledging others in our life and aware of what other people are going through, right? We may be stressed because of, you know, a certain gift we're trying to get that's backordered or something that is not working out for us, but remembering that is not the main focus. That is not, you know, why we are celebrating all of this.
Yes.
You know, and the gift of giving is sometimes the best gift.
Yes, absolutely.
Giving and not always, you know, expecting something in return.
Yeah, so I think it's really important that for this holiday season and for the next couple of weeks left until the Christmas day actually arrives, that if you are Christmas shopping, that you're hustling and bustling to get certain things ready, that you remember that it really is more about the give, not about the gift itself. And stay tuned for next week. We have our Christmas episode that we will be launching for you guys to enjoy in.
Yeah, so definitely, like I said, leading up to Christmas, we just wanted to check in. We know it's busy. We know it's crazy out there, but don't let anything steal your joy.
Yes.
It's not worth it. Don't let, you know, the hustle of certain things and trying to shop and trying to buy things and trying to get things in on time and just maybe other people and just situations that are happening around you. Don't let it steal your joy around this time. So thank you once again for tuning in to today's episode. You can follow us on Facebook and on Instagram at God Life Culture Podcast. We want you to hit that subscribe button so you can be notified every time we drop a new episode. And like Eddie said, next week is our Christmas episode, so be on the lookout for that and check out our official Christmas conversation.
Yeah, so thank you once again for tuning into the latest episode of the God Life Culture Podcast. That's
God Life Culture.
Until next time.
See ya.
Bye.